There's a list on here of the speakers, and everyone will just introduce them. Tell we're one big happy dysfunctional family. Everyone wants to walk away. You can get a little closer.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, and welcome to Miller's Farm Market here in the town of Hamburg on the border of Orchard Park, as we have an announcement with regards to our November Storm Fund. It wasn't that long ago, it seems like, last late summer, fall, we were at Droughts, not too far away, to talk about the November Storm Fund and the money that was available from Erie County through the Erie County Soil and Water Conservation District to assist our farm community that suffered damage during the November 2022 storm that dropped upwards of 7 feet of snow across our region, but especially in this area here, which seemed to be ground zero, and unfortunately seems to be ground zero for all the major storms lately. But we knew we needed to assist our farm community. This all came out of a discussion I had with Les Drought from Droughts Farms, who's also here on behalf of the Eden Valley growers. Unfortunately, many of our local farmers suffered significant damage that would not be covered by insurance, damage that could, if not put them out of business, certainly hurt their business, because they would not be able to rebuild greenhouses and other types of structures that were significantly damaged. So we announced last year that we were putting forth $2 million from Erie County, from my office and from the Erie County Legislature, and I'm pleased that we'll be joined by Legislator John Mills, who you'll hear from in a bit, to assist our local farmers rebuild so that they could not only build back their old systems, but build back better with new and better greenhouses and structures to handle what unfortunately used to be once in a century storms, but seem to be happening once every few years now. And I'm pleased to announce, as you'll hear also from Mark Gaston from the Erie County Soil and Water Conservation District, that so far $1.1 million has been distributed from the $2 million storm fund to the following farmers and growers across Erie County. Balzeric Farms in Elma, Providence Farm Collective in Orchard Park, Heritage Farm in Orchard Park, Lockwood Greenhouses, not too far away in Hamburg, Amos Zittel and Sons in the town of Eden, Miller's Farm, where we're here today, Droughts and Sons, the Eden Valley Farm, Bengert Greenhouses in West Seneca, Kwilos Farm in Derby, Kathy and Jerry Christmas Tree Farm in Angola, Weiss Farm in Eden, Henry and Sons in Hamburg, Seneca Greenhouses in West Seneca, and Gramercy Farms in North Collins. $1.1 million has been distributed in total to all of those farmers and growers so that they can rebuild. But if it's a $2 million fund, that means there's $900,000 that's still available in the fund. And we want producers and growers that suffered damage in the November 2022 storm to understand they can still apply. They can still apply through the Erie County Soil and Water Conservation District to receive those funds. I thank Mark Gaston and his team for the work that they've done. They've gone through the application, see what was appropriate, approved the $1.1 million to those list of producers and growers that I talked about, but they still have $900,000 that's left. And I know they want to ensure that it goes to producers and growers, our farm markets, our farmers that suffered damage in the storm, so that they can rebuild and build back better. And with that, I'd like to introduce Mark Gaston from the Erie County Soil and Water Conservation District to talk a little bit more about how that process is going and how others who have not applied yet can still apply. Mark?
Thank you. Again, my name is Mark Gaston. I'm the District Field Manager for the Erie County Soil and Water Conservation District. I just wanted to say thank you to the administration, County Executive Polenkars, and the legislature. On my board of directors, Chairman Mills, for their support, the agricultural community, a very important economic sector. Each one of these farms that the county executive just talked about is its own business, which spurs economic activity throughout the community. So there's definitely a ripple effect, and keeping these farms in business is a very important asset to the community. The Soil and Water District is assisting to administer. You can go to our website at www.ecswcd.org. The application process is very easy. If you'd rather give us a call, 716-652-8480, extension 5. I'd be more than happy to discuss qualifications and the process to anyone. But really, we want to make sure that down the road that there's no one out there that finds out about the program when it's too late. So we want to make sure that those that were impacted have the opportunity to apply. So feel free to apply or call, and be happy to discuss them. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. One of those who applied is Miller's Farm Market. They suffered substantial damage here in this greenhouse area. And to talk a little bit about it is Connie Bauer from Miller's. And I want to thank all of the farmers and growers and producers here for their commitment to continuing what has often been a multi-generational family business to ensure the future of agriculture in our community. We stepped up for them to help them in their time of need, and I'm glad that they're still here for our time of need. Thank you.
Connie?
Come on up for a second. Hi there. I'm Connie Bauer, Connie Miller Bauer. I grew up here on this farm. Wanted to take this opportunity. This is June Miller. Thank you. So, wanted to take this opportunity to thank the legislature, standing there, the county executive, and all the directors, particularly Mark, who've been responsible for helping us with this process. Just a quickie, as Mark would say, we are the 4th generation of this farming here. I have pictures of my great-grandfather who came from Germany in the 1890s, standing in front of the house that is over there. So 4th generation farming, and now a lot of women-owned business here. So Mother Nature often runs the show. This greenhouse, she runs the show, there's no doubt about it. We try, but she runs. This greenhouse is our effort to have a little leverage with her and prevent any more damage like we've had at least 3 times where greenhouses have collapsed under 81 inches of snow here in Hamburg. So we're thrilled to be able to do this. We're thrilled to be able to move this into generations to come. This greenhouse is the start of that and our safety net. Thank you all. Thank you. And then we have Legislature Mills.
Next.
Yes.
Go ahead, John.
I'd like to thank the administration and especially the county executive for initiating this plan. It's outstanding and very simple. No farms, no food. I've got these bumper stickers available at my office. But let's get the word out that these 2 ladies came back and recreated their greenhouse situation and expanded it. And I noticed over in the corner there's a plant over there that was planted in 1941. In the corner there, you may take a photograph of that, the media here. It's truly, should be in the Guinness Book of Records or something. But that's a true story over there, 1941. And it's a women-owned business, and look what women can do. They can reinvent the wheel here with a new greenhouse, beautiful flower selections, and just outstanding that they came back with this energy level to create this opportunity here with help of our funds that we were able to provide for them. So it's a win-win. And just remember, no farms, no food, and we're very, very fortunate that Erie County has these farmers. Thank you.
Thank you, John. We're here as well to talk about an important project that's going on right now with regards to Erie County and the agricultural community, and it's the update of our annual farmland, or not annual, basically every 10 years, farmland protection and agricultural plan. And to talk about that is the manager of our Office of Agriculture, Sarah Gaddy, who knows all of these individuals very well because her responsibility is to ensure that we as a government give our local farming community what they need in assistance so that they can succeed and grow. So Sarah?
Thank you. Hi, I'm Sarah Gaddy. I'm a principal planner with the Erie County Department of Environment and Planning. And I'd like to say a few words about the agricultural and farmland protection update, which we've just begun. This plan guides county efforts to support local farms and farmland, and the last time it was updated was over 10 years ago. Since then, the agricultural landscape in Erie County has changed significantly, and with this update, we hope to realize a refreshed vision for Erie County agriculture. This month, we've held 3 focus group meetings throughout the county in North Collins, Clarence, and Holland. We've had 1 virtual meeting, and another one will be held tonight from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Delavan Grider Community Center. It's located at 877 East Delavan in the city of Buffalo. We encourage all who can attend to do so. You can visit our website for more updates at erie.gov/ag-plan-update. That's AG Plan Update. While you're there, you can also take a 5-minute survey on Erie County agricultural and sign up for project updates. I would specifically like to acknowledge the support of the Erie County Agriculture and Farmland Protection Board, Mark Gaston from Erie County Soil and Water Conservation District, and our Office of Cornell Cooperative Extension of Erie County, which are offering support and guidance for this effort. A set of draft recommendations will be available for review in the fall, and there'll be more opportunities for public input at that time. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. We often think of Erie County as being the city of Buffalo in the suburbs, but it is so much more than that. As I've said before, Erie County geographically is the size of the state of Rhode Island, and a good portion of it, you see on the map, is agricultural in nature, and that's why we work hard to ensure that our agricultural community has the resources they need, and that we work with them to find out the issues that they're dealing with so we can better advance their efforts. As John said, no farms, no food, and we all like food. I know I certainly like my food. I want to thank all the members from the Erie County Soil and Water Conservation District Board that are here, the farmers that every day are working. And I say every day, I mean every day. There is no downtime, right? The winter, they're in their greenhouses. The summer, they're out in the fields. And our community is better for it. So thank you for all being here. And as I said, there's $900,000 still available in the fund. If you suffered damage in the November 2022 storm and you have not applied yet, please do so. Contact Mark Gaston at the Erie County Soil and Water Conservation District because it will come to a time in which we will close out the grant. And at that time, the money would have to be returned that's unspent. And we want to ensure that any business that suffered damage does get assistance. Thank you all. Any questions?
How easy or difficult was it to get this money released from the legislature?
The question was, how easy or difficult was it to get the money released from the legislature? It was actually very easy. This was something that we worked on. I spoke to Legislator Mills early on and let him know about this program. Legislator Gilmore, who's in this district, other legislators who represent the agricultural community, but also the legislators that represent the urban community. One of the things that I think we have a good relationship in is that the urban legislators understand that we have to assist the agricultural issues, and the rural legislators that represent agricultural districts also understand that we have to be supportive of urban issues. So there was no fight on this one. This one went very easy. It took a little bit of time to ensure that the processes were in place so that we could do it correctly, but this had pretty much united effort across Democrats and Republicans. And John and I, we don't always agree on everything, but we've generally been very supportive of these issues with regards to agriculture and move along to support the agricultural community.
How do you go about vetting farms and to make sure that they indeed need this help?
I will turn that question over to Mark Gaston, how we go about vetting farms to ensure they need it, because it is an important question. We just don't want to give away money.
The application process, there's a process that's involved in regards to submitting, documenting, pictures, on-site visits. But basically, when you take a look at the actual application form, it's pretty evident. And from that type of a snow event up to 80 inches of snow in some areas, there's a lot of documentation out there that folks really can't believe what happens to some of these facilities under that type of pressure. So, but the process is in the forms, and we go through. They submit their application. We document as best we can, and then closeout certification. None of the farms have gone through the closeout yet, but there's a certification for all the bills and receipts that go into a structure like this. Of course, then you have to take a look at was there any insurance coverage, and if so, how much. And in most cases, what you find is that most of these rebuilds cost more than insurance pays out. So that's really what the need is that gap to help these folks get back on their feet. So.
And our Commissioner of Environment and Planning, Dan Castle, actually has photos, which you can show you, of the damage that was caused to this greenhouse and others, which is quite extensive. You see that they were basically rendered inoperable to the point where they were either going to be torn down and rebuilt, or torn down and never used again. It was that bad.
But for Miller Farms, what does this money being available to you, what does it mean to you specifically? How does it?
Okay. It means our ability to keep this business going. This greenhouse that we're standing in here is our primary, this new greenhouse, is our primary start growing and retail outlet. The greenhouse that went down that was here was 50 years old, essentially caved, and our decision point at that time was to rebuild with the gracious help of the county, or if we did not rebuild and let it remain collapsed, basically close the business. Since 1890, and this business, the market, has been open for 50 years. So it was a decision between rebuild, stay open, and the county graciously helped us rebuild. So.
Well, can you describe to us what that was like? I mean, there must have been some sleepless nights.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to make these decisions.
This is the sleepless nights right here.
A lot of sleepless
This
nights.
is the sleepless nights.
No sleepless.
No, again, it's the decision whether or not to tank the business or to try and find a way to keep it going. And
Exactly.
we wanted to keep it going.
What were your first thoughts when you came and you saw that everything had collapsed?
Not again.
That's exactly, not again. We had houses go down 7 years before the 22nd, and but we got them back up. But the weather was a little more feasible back then. It melted, in 2-3 days.
Yes.
This year,
It froze.
it was froze. It just took a lot longer decision to get it. Supply and demand, it took a lot longer to get the supplies for the greenhouses. Like this one here, we had to take a lot of decision making, decide how we wanted to put it up, what we wanted to put in there, how we were going to update it with drip lines, solar curtains, heated floors, all that, to make it a little bit more easier and cost efficient for ourselves.
I imagine it wasn't just infrastructure, it was product that you probably lost. How did
We lost some product, but not a
Not much.
lot right there.
The timing on that was good, if it could be.
Didn't have as much stuff in the greenhouse right then, but it was scary.
Yeah.
So there were sleepless nights. How are you feeling now?
I can sleep. I can sleep. I still wake up at night trying to think, okay, what are we going
next?
to do? What's going to get planted next? Is this crop going to be ready for Mother's Day for the next thing and that? And, everything's timing. And now we've had, a lot of rain this year, so that's affected the growing habit of a lot of our plants too.
Do you have colleagues that maybe couldn't wait for the money released by the county and maybe folded the shop by now?
Hard
I
to
don't
speak.
think so.
No.
I really don't
Farmers
think so.
are pretty tenacious.
Yeah, once it's in your blood, you
Right.
just keep going.
Right.
You think you can push us over, but we come back and we're even fighting harder.
So has the reaction from the farmers receiving the grants, has it been more like it's about time we're getting this support, or has it been really grateful and surprising that we're getting this much support?
I think it's more grateful that we're being thought of and being taken care of.
Considered. It's our livelihood, and it's your places to come and to shop and buy food.
Exactly.
Yeah. Speaking of coming to shop, we open May 1st.
Okay. Smart.
And the county executive said that it wasn't it wasn't like a battle to get this money in the first place. What are your thoughts about that?
No, it really wasn't.
It wasn't just filling out the paperwork and having everything they needed, and it took a little time, but it wasn't that hard.
No, it wasn't. The grant application was very straightforward.
Straightforward, and you just get your ducks in a row and get it all taken care of, and it was easy.
And Mark was very gracious through the whole thing. So,
Okay.
we're done.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.